Alaska Airlines is coming to Tulsa International Airport, everybody. New nonstop service between Tulsa to Seattle and San Diego will begin on March 18th of 2026. Today, we're going to talk about all of what you need to know and all of what to expect with these brand new services. And it's just crazy to think that this is happening, especially not just one, but two huge target markets for the Tulsa International Airport, all coming together at once. And I'm just dumbfounded. I was so excited to hear about this news today, and I'm really excited to cover it here with you all today. So with that being said, we won't waste any further time and go ahead and get started. So Alaska Airlines coming to Tulsa International Airport has been such an ambition and goal that the airport's been after for such a long time, well over 10 years. And obviously with two huge markets here, with Seattle and San Diego being the second and third highest unserved markets for a very long time at Tulsa International Airport, it has been a dream to make this a reality. Obviously with the Seattle service for Alaska and then them also doing San Diego is quite impressive. So here's a view of what it looked like at the press conference this morning. Awesome turnout. There was so many people, along with media crews and all what you would expect. So it was absolutely awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the press release from Tulsa International Airport. So once again, new nonstop service on Alaska Airlines. So excited to welcome another legacy carrier to the airport. To both Seattle Tacoma International and San Diego will begin on March 18th of 2026. So once again, the second and third highest unserved markets at Tulsa International Airport for a very long time. They've been very much requested by the entire community, not just for leisure travelers, but also for business travelers as well. And it's really important with these two services because the ties of aviation and aerospace between Tulsa and both Seattle and San Diego is tremendous, along with tech organizations and the business communities as well. Both services will be daily on Embraer J-175s operated by Horizon Air, and it is really exciting to see all this coming together. There's quite a few quotes here, so feel free to read all of them if you'd like, but we'll just cover a few, including from CEO Alexis Higgins. Quote, "This announcement reflects years of hard work and collaboration among the airport, city, county, chamber, and business leaders who share the same goal, expanding air service and connecting Tulsa to the world." End quote. And then another quote here: "We want to thank Alaska Airlines for recognizing the opportunity here in Tulsa and believing in this market." End quote. So it's very awesome to see that, and it's really great to see all of it coming together. And then the Vice President of Revenue Management and Network Planning at Alaska said, quote, "We're excited to welcome Tulsa to our network, enabling us to connect guests to the city's unique spaces such as the Phil Brooks Museum of Art and Gathering Place. We look forward to linking the vibrant city with nonstop service to Seattle and San Diego, two of our key gateways to the West Coast, Hawaii, and beyond," said Crystal Armrine. Hopefully I said that kind of right. But anyways, it's really great to see this all come together. And then also Tulsa Mayor Mr. Nichols said, quote, "Alaska Airlines chose Tulsa because of the strength of the market and the power of our community working together. Tulsans fly from here, invest here and believe in what the city can become. Air connectivity is infrastructure, and for Tulsa, it's a signal to the world that we're ready to compete and win," end quote. So I think all that really summarizes really well what this, what came about for this to become a reality. There was also the big development of a statewide commercial air service development program in 2022 that really helped with the initiative as well. So it's great to see all this come together. And that was from Grayson Ardes, the executive director of the Oklahoma Department of Aerospace and Aeronautics. So yeah, again, a bunch of really great information on here. Feel free to check it out. But let's go ahead and look at the actual credentials of the services themselves. So the first one is Seattle to Tulsa. Well, actually it won't be the first to land, but they'll both be daily services, but the first big one to cover here is the Seattle service. This will be AS 2350. It will be on a Horizon Air Embraer 175 departing Seattle Tacoma, surprisingly at 10:45 a.m. I thought this was going to be an earlier flight at 8 a.m. or so, like Oklahoma City and Wichita, but actually 10:45. It will arrive in Tulsa at 4:25 p.m. Depart here at Tulsa about 5:30 or so and make it back to Seattle by 7 p.m. One of the longest Embraer 175 routes in the United States. It will block in on the return flight at 4 hours and 8 minutes. So I'm not sure what the longest route is, but it's definitely got to be probably in the top 10. So that's really cool and definitely demonstrates the capabilities of the Embraer 175 aircraft type. And there's various fare prices, but here is a 209 starter here on the Saver price, which is pretty good. one way, of course. And then the other service will be from San Diego to Tulsa. This will be the first Alaska flight to land. It will be AS-2328, another Horizon Air Embraer 175, departing San Diego Airport at 9:30 a.m. and arriving into Tulsa at 2:44 p.m. And then it will leave at, I think, 3:20 p.m. and arrive back there sometime around 5 p.m. So plenty of great opportunities. And once again, the big picture here that I take away is, this is absolutely, monumental for the entire area. I think that it obviously goes just beyond Tulsa International Airport, but thinking about, the city of Tulsa, the state of Oklahoma, and all the various businesses, leisure travelers, and economic development opportunities that these two services will have are absolutely monumental. With Seattle, of course, you have all the aerospace ties with Boeing and all the other aviation companies there, along with all the business opportunities. And then when looking at San Diego, even more leisure travel along with Seattle. But on top of the leisure travel in San Diego, you also have the defense industry, which is big, and many other aspects of aeronautical development, which is just absolutely instrumental, to say the least. Here's a cool graphic right here, and this banner I didn't get talked about too much at the beginning of the video. Very impressive by the Tulsa Airport marketing department for putting such an amazing banner together. So you can see on the left you have Seattle, and there are a couple of really key notes here. First off, take a look at the 3D element of the Seattle needle right there. I think that is really cool. And then of course you have the sun right here on the San Diego portion of the graphics. So obviously you got both skylines here, really reflective and indicative of each region, and it's very cool. Here on Seattle, you obviously have the mountain right here representing the Pacific Northwest area, and then over here on San Diego you can see a partial beach here, which is obviously a big part of San Diego as well. So it's great to see both these come together. I think I'm just as surprised as you all that both these services came at once. I was really not expecting both of them simultaneously. I can't tell you the last time Alaska's launched service to a new market and introduced two substantial services like this to a small hub airport, to be more particular. So I think this is astronomically cool, and it is even cooler to think about some of the elements that go with this. San Diego is by far and a huge outlier of any other service that Alaska has on Embraer 175s out of San Diego. The closest city is probably either Tucson or Bozeman, which neither of those are even close. So it's really impressive to see San Diego also come with Seattle, which has been obviously both these have been target markets for a long time, but to make it a reality in one go is very impressive. There's multiple articles from local Tulsa news outlets already, including News Channel 8 here as well, and they talk about some of the details and some of the quotes that I mentioned here as well. And then you also have Fox 23 News providing their rundown here as well. And they also interviewed Stephanie Chester, the director of marketing and customer engagement at Tulsa International, said that it's taken years to bring this partnership to fruition. Quote, at Tulsa International Airport, something that we've been working towards is expanding our route map to the West Coast. So having Seattle and San Diego as two new nonstop destinations is huge for the airport and for the community. This is something we've been working on for over 2 decades. So just seeing that Alaska Airlines is investing in our community is a huge step forward for Tulsa, end quote. And that's a really big aspect to note is on top of these being, new unserved markets, the region of the West Coast has been an area of area that TUL has wanted to grow towards for a very long time. So obviously we've had the services to Phoenix, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles, but we've never had consistent service to the big three have been Seattle, San Diego, and San Francisco, and getting 2 of those complete on this go is so impressive, especially on a daily frequency with a reliable carrier in Alaska. So it's really impressive to see all this come together. And I also have a cool graphic here that I was able to get from my Instagram here. So this is pretty cool, not graphic, but picture here. So this is all looking really nice. So I'm very excited about these services. This is huge for a variety of reasons, and once again brings the connectivity to Tulsa that has been desired for a very long time. We've been really in need of a big monumental piece of news in regards to air service development. Obviously Frontier coming back was fantastic, and Southwest Nashville and a few others lately, but not nearly any as monumental in regards to significance as the new Alaska Airlines services. So it's very exciting. Really eager to see what happens next. I can only imagine what the future is going to look like. We obviously have these 2 new services to look forward to on March 18th, and then who knows what's going to happen beyond. So definitely going to be staying tuned on. I'm about to go order some more Alaska models on the Alaska Company store. finally just defined my credit card that I have with Alaska. And yeah, it just is going to be so great to go nonstop to two of the most anticipated West Coast destinations for the airport. It's a really exciting thought, and it definitely makes connectivity better. And before I end this video, I'll just go ahead and show you, why this is so substantial beyond just the nonstop capabilities. So for example, going to Anchorage is going to be so much more, so much way easier to do, in other words. So obviously, you can get there within, where's the 12 a.m. there it is. So you can get there within 10 hours on this particular itinerary, which is very good. And obviously a straight line to accomplish that as well is so impressive. So, you have that going on. And then another really cool aspect is, let's think about ways that we can get to Honolulu now, which this is going to provide even more accessibility to Honolulu. So looking at options right here, you could take that, some of these obviously cheaper ones, some of them are on top, but and it's still populating some of the results as well, so keep that in mind. But for example here, just a one-stop overnight, really easy on this particular example. And then obviously the return flight should also be pretty easy to do as well. And then this is a perfect example right here from Honolulu via San Diego getting into Tulsa. So there's going to be plenty of great options to make all this a reality, and it's really exciting to think about the possibilities and what Alaska is going to do, not just with the services not just capturing the target demand and the nonstop portion of San Diego and Seattle, but in addition to that, the connecting opportunities beyond. So this is really exciting. I'm excited to talk about this. Fortunately, we have like 6 months to do it, so we'll definitely be covering it, and there's going to be a bunch of great pieces coming all throughout. So we got this going on. It's so exciting. Been waiting for a huge piece of news, and it was so exciting to see come to fruition. I'm so excited, definitely super excited to get on the inaugurals, and it's really exciting to see Tulsa International Airport growing with health. So really exciting, and I hope all of you are excited for what's to come as well. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments below. But nevertheless, that'll do for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love you? Do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.